Well, hello everyone. This is a different angle. It is July 6th, and I am in my new place. I have moved. Oh my gosh, the moving stories I could tell you. The moving van came 7 times. Now, it wasn't one of the huge, like, Allied vans. It was about a third of that size, but still 7 times. All my stuff took up a half of one van. So the landlady's stuff took up 6.5 vans. And the last night, which was June 30th, well, I think we went to bed about 4 in the morning. Because the movers started late that day. They came about, I think, 1:30. They probably finished here about 1:30 in the morning. Then the landlady and her cousin went back to the old property to pick up cats. We had managed to get 5 of them out, and they went back and got 8 more. 2, which were indoor cats, were also feral, and we couldn't catch them, so we just opened the door and let them go. Which wasn't really what we wanted, but if you can't catch them, you can't catch them. That's just all there is to it. So they were feral, they were never tame, so we just let them go. So anyhow, we ended up with 13 of the 15 cats. And let's see. Oh, a little birdie just came through. So my place is kind of in disarray. Naturally, we've been here 6 days. I'm just putting stuff away and trying to organize the flow of, like, the kitchen and where I want things to be. And so I can kind of show you around, but it's a mess. Please don't think less of me. It's just a mess. Hey everyone. Well, here I am in my new place, and there's a lot still that has to be done, a lot going on. So today is July 11th, 10th, is Monday. So whatever day that is. I don't know. I don't know where my calendar is. Let's see. Okay. I'm still walking on plywood floors because I haven't put the flooring in. Tomorrow, a guy is coming and he's going to be widening the 2 bedroom doors in here because, and this is something you should check with in your own state if you plan on building any kind of addition or, partitioning off rooms or whatever, or basements in your house, and you're going to put in doorways. Check and see what the code is for how wide your doorway should be, because here they're supposed to be 31 inches wide if a doorway opens into a room. And so both bedroom doors open into the living room, and they are not 31 inches wide. So they have to be widened. So there's going to be a lot of banging and construction going on tomorrow. And then the bathroom has a door that opens into the living room and into the bedroom, and so it's got 2 doors, but the door from the bedroom into the bathroom isn't wide enough, but it can't be widened because there's not enough wall for it. So they're just going to wall it in. Well, they'll take out all the door structure, and then they'll put in some new framing and drywall and all that good stuff. So there will only be one entrance into the bathroom, which is from the living room. That's it. Oh, let's talk about the bathroom. Well, there is no toilet and no shower. There is a sink. There used to be a toilet and a shower, but they were going to they tore out the shower, and then they discovered that the plumbing for the shower just sort of went willy-nilly nowhere, and it had leaked. The water had leaked into the walls, and then the termites were attracted to that, and they ate the wood, and so that was a mess. So I mean, I've never even I don't even go in that bathroom. I just keep the doors closed to keep the cats out. So they had to dig down through the foundation and lay a new plumbing and connect it to where the plumbing is supposed to be. So then they had to re-pour cement into the floor of the bathroom, and so that got done last week. And they're supposed to put in a toilet for me, because right now what they've had to do is go out of my ADU across the breezeway into the landlady's house. And right across the breezeway in her house is a little half bath right off what will be her kitchen. So that's okay. You know, just in the middle of the night, you know, you don't want to have to even go that far. But the first night here, I told her, you gotta leave this door in the breezeway unlocked so I can have access to the bathroom. Well, she forgot, and she locked it. So in the morning, the door was locked, and she's real hard to wake up. Even if you call her on the phone, sometimes you cannot wake her up. So yeah, so I had to make other arrangements. We'll just leave it at that. And yeah, so hopefully, maybe within 2 or 3 weeks, my bathroom will be completed. I don't know. Supposedly, they're putting in a temporary toilet, maybe this week. I don't know. And a guy is supposed to come and tar the floor of where the shower is going to be to make it waterproof. And then they start tiling the shower, I guess. I don't know. It's scary looking in there. It's just scary. So I don't even go in there. And because they haven't done the floors, I can't put furniture in its final place, and I can't put stuff in that furniture because it just has to be moved, and you don't want it to weigh a ton. So a lot of stuff is still in boxes. Excuse me, unless it's like kitchen stuff, I can unload that into the kitchen. My kitchen's complete. The landlady's kitchen, no, she just has walls with insulation showing between the studs, and so she really can't get going in her space. She's just got boxes and boxes everywhere. So yeah, so that's what's going on. I did get all my plants moved out, and the bird got moved out actually 2 weeks ago today. Even before I moved out, I moved the bird out, and because I knew she'd be okay by herself. She had plenty of food, plenty of water, and yeah, she was going to be okay. And then I moved my plants, my 5 most expensive plants, including my peanut butter tree, and that thing is all of a sudden going crazy growth. It's got blossoms coming out of everywhere. So for sure, when it does fruit, it's a very prolific plant. And I will tell you, when it fruits, what the fruit tastes like, if it really does taste like peanut butter. But that's what it's supposed to taste like. I've rearranged some of the plants I brought out earlier. I'm hoping I can revive my guava pineapple, which was completely crispy dried. And so I cut it way back. I've got it in the shade now, and hopefully I'll just baby it for a while and keep it well watered, and maybe its roots are still okay. I think there was still green inside some of the branches, so those should still be okay, and in time they will come back. And if not, well, okay, I'll just buy another one at some point. And my raspberry plant didn't make it, but that was because the guy who was here, he just didn't water. And that wasn't really his job. He said he would do it, but it just didn't get done as much as the plants needed it to. I mean, I am a hawk on my plants. I just really, really am after them to make sure they have water. So, anyhow, this place is a disaster currently. I do have my bed set up, my bedroom set up, but that all has to be moved when they put the flooring in. So, and I don't know when that's going to happen. I just don't. It's just kind of this craziness. And there's no flooring in the landladies either, except the back bedrooms all have their flooring in. But then there's a couple steps down into like the front entryway, and then there's a living room and the kitchen area and dining room area. None of that has any flooring. So, you know, she's got a lot too. And I've got, well, they put in new sliding glass doors right over here. And there's drywall up, but there's no mudding or taping. I mean, I can literally see through to outside in some places. And I kind of just feel like, why wasn't this done before we even moved in? I mean, how hard is it to mud and just take that and fix that up? I just don't understand. I mean, I know that workers are expensive, but still, it's like the general contractor knew that we were moving in on this on well, June 30th we moved in, and I just don't understand why he didn't make more of an effort to have more of the work done for us. And because honestly, it's been like, well, she bought the place in October, and why is it taking so long to get all this work done? I just don't get it. I really don't get it. And I mentioned it to my sister, who's a realtor, and she was like, she didn't get it either. So, anyhow, my yarn is accessible, but I just haven't even gotten back into it yet. It's all in bins and boxes, so I know where it is, but yeah, I have so much to do and no place to put it because everything's in limbo. But the good thing is, I've done some driving around the area, so all the stores that we used to go to are much closer to us than they used to be where we lived. We lived in San Gabriel, which was a little town kind of south of Pasadena, and now we don't live there, but everything is just so much closer, and we're in a part of the city where it's just like it's very square. All the layout of the streets and stuff very square, so it's like it's almost impossible to get lost. You just say, okay, there's this main street and this main street and this main street, and they all connect back to this main street, and we're good. So yeah, and well, I guess that's about it for this one. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, just in limbo, and for the life of me, don't understand why things are not further along than they are. It's just dragging out. I don't get it. So, anyhow, I'll just say that's it for this one. Hey everyone, it is Thursday, July 21st or July 22nd. I'm not sure. Time has just lost all meaning. Anyways, we've been here for 3 weeks now. So I'm going to give you a little update of, excuse me, I'm sweating like crazy. I was just outside. So I'll give you a little update of what's going on. They are working on fixing my shower, which that whole area had to be torn out because of termite damage and water damage, and turns out the plumbing for the shower drain just sort of went nowhere. It wasn't connected to the main plumbing, and so all that had to be dug up and replaced. So right now they have the guy's been working on it for the last 3 days. So they got the waterproofing paper up, and then they put up the drywall, and now they're starting to mud and tape the drywall, and then they'll put on this sealant on top of the drywall, and then they're going to tile it. So we're at the point of mudding and taping, and nothing's going to happen for the next 3 days, but I assume Monday everything will start up again. Tomorrow we're going back to the old neighborhood for some errands, but that's a totally different subject. And I have still no toilet after 3 weeks. So the main contractor came in to my place today to check up on what the shower guy was working on, and I was like, where is my toilet? I mean, I've been promised since the first day I moved in practically that, oh yeah, we're going to work on your toilet. Why they didn't work on it even before I moved in, I don't know. But, you know, there was that guy living here, and I'm like, well, why wasn't there a toilet even available for him? It's a toilet. So today he said, oh yeah, I'm going to talk to the plumber about it and just tell him to just go ahead and bring it even, because I think he was waiting for the plumber to do a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm like, I don't have a toilet in my apartment. It's not a huge deal for me to go out across the breezeway into the main house, but you know, in the middle of the night, that's not really what you want to be doing. So, you know, 3 weeks, let's just hope I get a toilet next week. And I haven't really unpacked. I've unpacked the kitchen for the most part, but there's boxes I just can't unpack because until the floor is put in, that's right, it's not put in, and I have no idea when it's going to be put in. I mean, there's so much mudding and taping and work to be done. It's kind of horrifying. And my place is even better condition than the landlady's place. I mean, she's truly just camping in there. I think her master bathroom is close to being done, and her 4 back bedrooms all have the flooring in, but it stops short of the entryway and the living room and the dining area and the kitchen, and so there's a huge area that's just not done. In my place, nothing of flooring. So yeah, don't know when that's going to happen. And she also has no kitchen. But she has all the appliances ordered and all the cabinetry is ordered, and it's over there, but it's just in boxes because the floor's not done. The walls don't even have some of them just don't even have drywall. They just have studs showing, and oh my gosh, it's just kind of like, why is it taking them so long? anyhow, so I can't, like, I have a china hutch sitting right over here that the landlady gave me that was her mother's, and I can't put I can't put anything in it because I just got to move it to put floor in eventually. So a lot of stuff just has to stay packed up in boxes. I can't set up my bookcases. I just can't really set a lot of stuff up. And as it is, I mean, we'll just have to move the boxes that are in there around so they can eventually do the flooring. They did move the piano in. So I don't know what I said in a couple of other sections. The piano, I really wanted it. It was the landlady's. She had no desire to keep it. So I said, please, I'll adopt it. But coordinating a piano mover to get it here when we were trying to move was something entirely impossible. So on the first day that the movers came, I said, it's not a big, it's not like an upright, it's more like spinet sized. And I said, do you think you could move this? And he got his son and they lifted it up onto a dolly and said, yeah, we can move this. And so I was willing to pay him. It was like $250. That's what a piano mover would have charged me. He said, no, just pay us for like an hour of work. So it was like $80 to move the piano. So I have a piano, hasn't been tuned. There's no point in tuning it until the floor's in, because we're just gonna have to move it. And if you ever move a piano, you gotta tune it. So hasn't been tuned for probably 50 years. But I have played it a few times, and it's not terribly out of tune. You know, sometimes the pianos, like, they have that horrible twang to them when they're really out of tune, and it's not like that at all. So I've actually ordered some music, sheet music, and some of it has come. So I'm really happy. When I sit down to play, I'm just like amazed at how out of condition my hands are. I used to play all the time, but wow, really out of condition. Okay, so that's the piano. And oh, the internet, oh my gosh. The landlady had set up to have this one internet provider come in like the day after we moved in. So they did come, and they set it up, worked for about 7 hours, and then just went. And she was so mad. She was so mad. But so we went for like 10 days without internet until they finally came back, and it was just some system update thing that just kind of, I don't want to say shorted out the system, but caused the system to stop working. And all apparently we had to do was unplug the main thing and plug it back in to reset it. But anyways, so she got boosters to go throughout the house, and I've got a booster in my place, so I'm actually just paying her for internet, and my internet is actually now about 50% lower than what it was at the other place. So, because I don't have like DirecTV or any, all I have is pure internet, so that's all I'm paying for. And yeah, that's kind of what's going on here, and I know it's kind of boring, but I'll keep you guys updated. I have not done any crocheting. I know where all my yarn is. I know where all my crochet hooks and stuff are, but I just haven't done any of it, and I might not for a couple of months because I'm just like overwhelmed still. And that's another thing. The landlady and I, we are both completely exhausted all the time, and yet we're still going. But like it's neither one of us is used to getting up early in the morning, and we have to just be up early in the morning so often for the workers that come. And usually if I have to get up really early, I don't even sleep the night before because I'm so focused on I gotta get up early, and then it keeps me awake. So yeah, I have a lot of sleepless nights. But sometimes when the workers are coming in here, I just fall asleep right on this couch. I'm like, make as much noise as you want. I'm just gonna sleep right through it, probably. Yeah, anyhow. So that's it for this video, and I will hopefully not be quite so long before the next one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. So I've started my gardening, and okay, so what we have over here, we have tatsoi, merlot lettuce, and bok choy. Then over here we have sugar daddy peas and carrots. Carrots haven't come up at all. And Swiss chard. And then over here we have nasturtiums, the orchid cream variety, and cookmelons. And they're looking very leggy. Might have to redo those. And then over here we have celery and squash. That's the patapan squash. And tomatoes. And then down here we have onions. Those are spring onions, beets, and choy sum. Choy sum came up really fast. And here we have marigolds and Mexican sunflowers. So normally these are under a grow light. I just took the grow light off so I could show you them. Okay, over here is cilantro. It's not coming up yet. Maybe in a couple of days. And they're all on a heat mat. So that's a gardening heat mat. This one, I have a little bit of oregano down there. The parsley hasn't come up yet. And this one, I got nothing. There are black-eyed Susans and echinacea. Oh, wait a minute. I think I see a little echinacea. Okay. So that's the start of the gardening. That's, you know, I'm just starting it indoors. It's way too hot outside. Thank goodness I don't live in Texas. Okay, and then I bought these two basil plants from Trader Joe's, and they're very healthy. And tomorrow I should be going to get some potting soil. Miracle Grow makes this wonderful potting mix called, I think it's herb and vegetable. Oh my gosh, it's just wonderful. And so I'm going to repot those. Okay, regarding these little planters, they do have lids, as you can see. There's lids over there on those. But once they sprout, I mean immediately, you need to put them under a grow light, because otherwise they just get real leggy like these here. And so putting them under the grow light sort of retarded that problem. And you can just get these little things off of Amazon. They come in I think it's a 10-pack, and they have more of these plastic inserts. See, this is just a bottom tray, and then there's an insert in there, which I kind of need to take them all out. And and just put water in the trays. So, yeah, so just get yourself these grow lights. I got this one off of eBay. It was like, I think, it was under 30. I just bought a second one because this one's not really capable of doing everything. I need a second one. But that's just kind of where my gardening is at the moment. Okay, that little guy there, that little guy was my pineapple guava. He got transferred kind of early. Oh, I think I see some growth on it. Ooh. Anyways, didn't get taken care of by the person who is living here, who said he would water every couple days, but he didn't. And anyways, so I didn't quite make it, but I'm watering it, hoping that there's still life in it, and maybe it'll come back. And let's see. Then over here, this is my Owari Satsuma mandarin. It was getting some really funky leaf growth. I mean, look at this one right here. That's just funky. But the new ones seem to be normal. And then this is my Australian finger lime, and it's been doing really well. And this is my peanut butter tree, and it has just gone to town since being here. As you can see, look at all those blossoms, and potentially every blossom is a fruit. So this is a very fruity tree. I'll probably have to pick some of those off though, because it probably can't support that much fruit anyways. Okay, so now let's look around at the other gardens. Okay, so the avocado trees, that one's kind of doing okay. This one in front is really not doing well. I'm trying to revive it. And there's another one behind it's doing okay. This one over here is starting to come back. But, you know, these trees basically had 8 months of nobody being here to really take care of them. I mean, there was somebody living here, but he wasn't taking care of stuff. So then these down here are my raised beds, which I haven't done anything with yet. I actually don't have any gardening tools. So, but you know, right now when it's 100 degrees, I don't think it's time to be planting stuff. But there is something that just spontaneously grew right there, so I've been watering it. I think it's a type of spinach. Anyhow, okay. This shelf unit thing was here when we moved in, so it's just something the previous owners built and left behind, so I'll be growing stuff on it. These are my 2 Martha Washington geraniums that I brought from the other place. I trimmed them way back. They had a real big struggle too, because nobody was taking care of them. They were some of the early things that I brought out. This is my dwarf nectarine, and it's growing very slowly. And here's my little Miss Figgy Fig, also growing very slowly. I don't know if I'm gonna trim off some stuff, prune it, we'll see. And then this was left behind. This is a Meyer lemon, so it was kind of neglected for, well, many months, but I have since fertilized it, and gonna hope that it starts showing new growth soon. I just trimmed it recently. And then over here, okay, these are a couple of little let's see, just these are a couple little pepper plants I got at Kroger for like $1.99 each. And that was a plant that was left behind. That's an artichoke, trying to get it to actually do something. That is my little lilac tree. That is my blackberry bush. I just trimmed it back. It got burnt by the sun, and then I moved it into a shady spot, but it looked pretty damaged. Okay, and then in the 2 pots here, those are my 2 blueberries. They suffered neglect, and I'm trying to bring them back. And then I don't know what that one is. Might be some type of chard. That looks like a beet. That just spontaneously appeared. So let's see. And then right here we have our pomegranate tree, which is about 3 months from harvest.